Okay, guys, and good morning. We are back at it, and we are about to start today out with talking about a couple few stocks. These here are not my picks, not the ones that I'm going for specifically, but one of the coaches along in banking with Billy, Coach Professor, he is going for these stocks, and he has been telling us all about IFUS, BIXT, and JALT, letting us know that these things were going to be coming in for massive, massive rallies. These things are down here at the bottom still. If I go ahead and show you, these are still big discounts on some of these, and some of these are OTCs. So we'll talk about more about OTC markets here in a bit. And as we dive deeper into these, we'll be able to go back to ask Coach Professor all of our questions along in the Bankability Discord. And I encourage you to challenge my coaches to the challenging questions to help them improve and uncover all your information. Okay, let's get right into it with with JALT, Galactin Therapeutics. We see that this one goes for a quick discount from $20 above 20. Watch this on your monthly. We'll go to a monthly on all of these. You'll be able to see the overall span of these. And right now, we see that this thing being down to lows of 2030 cents. Still closed during the pre-markets, okay? They've been coming in for a multi-day bull run so far, gearing up higher and higher for about a week now. This is amidst the bearish market conditions, might I add, okay? So we get back into JAGALT right now. They have, you know how like a low stat stock, they got an average volume of 263,000 and a current volume of 700,000. They got a free float on 43 million. It's gonna need a little bit more pressure to flip that float. But if you go look at JGALT, they've already been gearing up for that income reversal. And again, it's the same setup and the same strategy every single trade. You don't want to get in when those things are overbought and dangerous. You want to get in when they are oversold and safe. GALT will go down to its most low and oversold position. It will become oversold and safe, where they wait for the next rounds of the bullish divergence to come in. And you can see that GALT has been onto a cleanup trend from along its most recent rounds of the bullish divergence. Become overbought here, just a smidge on your 4-hour trading chart, but this is nothing right here. These are long-term investors that are going to be going in off a low stat stock that nobody else is noticing, and they're going to be going in for that big, massive squeeze ahead on GALT because they massive in short interest, bigger than they ever been in short interest. Even here, most recently, in the most recent update, this is an increase in short interest. This is making this an increasingly high potential short squeeze target. Okay, big resistance here right now. So, I notice this big red candlestick around 240 is 230 range. They don't want to break past there. Every big red candlestick you've seen is like going to be another big resistance point up to the point where it gets to $3. And if it can get past that $3, well, that's where the big battle is. Notice it touches back there multiple times, almost every single time at $3. Yeah, they scared of that $3 there on GALT. But if it can break past that three, and again, I don't say this stuff for nothing. Those big resistance points right there. If we can break past that three, then then it'll be on its way instant uptrend towards four. And beyond, if they can hold up with the fundamentals and whatnot, I don't know what they are. So, GALT Therapeutic is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company dedicated to developing novel therapies to improve lives of patients with the chronic liver disease and cancer. Okay, you want to be able to check out their pipelines if they have those up here. And for like newer traders, like you're more experienced and whatnot. You're going to be you already know you're going to be doing a little bit deeper diving. But just to point out for you newer traders and newer members and stuff, you really are, you want to make sure that you're going to check out their pipeline. See if they, got the, the moving on into the next phases. Every developmental stage is another phase for approval, whether it be the IND enabling, where they get the human testing, they discovery, they preclinicals, they phase ones, to phase twos, phase threes, and the more thing they got going on. And I'm not even saying the clinical trial updates in between. So they come out with a lot of different updates. They be taking some of them take longer than others, because some of them need a little bit more work than others. So, that comes down to patience in these stocks as well, which is a little bit easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. But you got the total liabilities outdoing the total assets in these stocks right now. This is a bad sign, but this is but this thing with a bad balance sheet, with the bearishness turns into the bullishness. And with this being the most bearish right now at this point, with the most liabilities and the biggest of ever short interests and all that stuff like that, while you even got some large scale still trying to go out of there, it's just a matter of time before that true reversal begins, before the cost distribution picks up, and those extra larges want to load this thing up. GALT. They got news. What they got going on? Any news? Gelatin presents the clinical data of the Navigate trial for the estrophil vasculitis in MASH crisosis. Okay, that was hot news. That was about a month ago, though, like literally an entire actual month ago, back on the 18th of last month. So, we're looking for a next big update. And if you notice back around those times, around the very beginning, let me zoom out some. If you notice around those times, around the very beginning of this month, it's even bullish since. They're coming out with this news right here. But GALT, we're gonna uncover more. And like I say, when you check these out, just in the Discord, go ahead and ask Coach Professor, about these newses. I mean, about these stocks and what's going on. In fact, here goes some news right here. I wasn't gonna check. I mean, it's right here in front of us, so we might as well just stop and check it out real quick. And good morning. It is 4:36 a.m. where I'm at right now. Pre-markets are running. My stocks are moving. I still make sure to take the time to get all of their videos made, not just me, not just my videos. I'm stock, not just the people in the comments that they need a video, but also whether you the coach, whether you the member, whether you the free member, whether you a Thai trader. I might not even be able to speak your language. Let me know, and I'll update that in the next video. All right, so what's this? This thing might be too long for me to read because we got other stuff. What's this? Oh, they talking about BI. Okay, they talking about a few of them in here. Is GALT in here? It is. Okay. All right. So before we come to this news that's including GALT and BIXT, okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and check out BIXT stock as well. So I guess this is why Coach Professor been all over there. Coach Professor has been telling us about BIXT before he was telling us about GALT stock. So keep that in mind too. Like BIXT is gonna be both of these gonna be some hot. The coach is throwing these things out. These things getting ready to make those moves. Nothing has ever changed. They're all doing the same thing. All of us, like literally, us swing traders. Y'all already know me. I'm getting out those 52-week lows to oversold. The day traders, y'all already see how they move. They getting it down off those lows and oversolds off they 15 minutes and break out day charts and whatnot. And then even where I can show you even people like Coach Professor. Coach Professor is a long-term investor. And even you can see him. He getting these things down at those lows and oversold. I don't say this stuff for nothing. These ain't just some words that I done made up. Oh, I hope they sound cool enough to you. No, bro, this is literally how the market works. This is how everybody trades. If you're one of those people that's getting at the top, you are one of those people who are moving in the wrong direction. Or you just being thirsty. Or you just being thirsty overall. And I'll tell you straight up, you being thirsty. I ain't got to tell you being thirsty for you to know that you being thirsty. Cause that's just how I go. You waking up thirsty. You see the most active stocks. You got the FOMO. You couldn't help yourself. You being thirsty. Ain't no need to be so thirsty. You get into a safe. You don't see. I know. This stock ain't got no volume, but Billy, that stock it got the crazy candlesticks looking there. Why even show this with the crazy looking candlesticks? Well, you got professional full time investors that are going for it and watching these. Now, don't get me wrong. This one here is an OTC, and I don't even mess around like that. But nonetheless, they're into a big discount. And if I hone in on smaller time frames like your dailies, they finna be starting to get ready to load this one up. Now again, low volume, low stats, and it look choppy. But let me zoom out some. Okay, because you can see like you get a little more solid when you actually zoom out, right? It's down to discounts like never before. There's 7 cents on BIXT. I don't know what they are, man. So let's look at their balance sheets, okay? Balance sheets, rec balance sheet, they are OTC. That means they got kicked off the market. In fact, I think I recall when BIXT actually was listed a while ago. And of course, for you don't know what this one is, I open up their website. We can take a quick peek at them too. Maybe they got some pipelines we can go check out real quick. And they are focused on development, manufacturing, commercialization of therapeutic drugs designed to address hypoxia in humans. Yeah, they say they got the cure for the hypoxia, and we can go ahead and check out they pipelines again. Don't get me wrong. You already been in the market, you've been investing, you know how this goes. You're gonna have to be doing a bit deeper diving, okay? But if you are brand spanking new, you don't know nothing yet. One thing to understand about these healths is you need to go and see if they are getting the approval. Are they making it through their preclinicals? If they get their IND enabling, like I just told you guys, that's when they get their human trials and stuff like that. Phase ones, phase twos, phase threes, phase fours, final approval. Not to mention those clinical trials in between and whatnot, so they get one, two, three, four, five, six, and then every clinical trial in between, I don't know, seven, eight, nine, 10. They probably every single drug gets about eight, maybe 10 different dates, approvals, and or denials. Don't get me wrong, because that denial will come in heavy. And once that denial come in, I ain't gonna say it's over with. I ain't gonna scare nobody out, no stock or anything like that. But yeah, that FDA to now come in, it's over with, man. You got an average volume of 41,000, and that current volume is getting up to 68,000. Wow, they got a free flow on 61 million. With low volume like that, and a big cup size, like with a cup size of 61 million and a free flow of 61 million, and you only getting a volume and a water of 60,000. It's not enough water at all. Those are like drips into a large cup. Those are drips of water into a large cup. So they wait. They got news. Where the news just go? Okay, so what's this? Okay, so top line clinical trial readouts typically represent the events for bio stocks. If the company announces good trial data, these are going to relate both of these two together for us. Okay, so let's just go through this. Good trial data, the stocks will typically gap up and hit a new equilibrium. If the company announces good trial data, the stocks will typically gap up and hit a new equilibrium based off the stage of trial and their chances of getting an FDA approval. Now, if the company gets bad data, the stock will get crushed and investors can lose a lot. That's one thing to understand. We're just talking about that. These are biotechs. Okay, so Galactic Therapeutics has a major phase 2 readout in MASH cryosis due before the end of the year. The company telegraphed that they will release this top line data after the Drug Safety Monitoring Board issued a final safety recommendation in December. The shorts are all over this stock, claiming that the trial failed once before and will fail again, and that the delusion is coming. All shorts As shorts, their job is to instill fear right before the readout and during the readout to hijack the message so they can realize points. The longs have to see through the FUD. Okay, so the first fact about GALT is that the chairman is a billionaire. Is this an official article? They're not even saying no news in here. The science is extremely sound and the market is 125 compared to what they are about to announce. What they about to announce. The risk reward is incredibly screwed towards long-term investors. They're not telling me, oh no, I'm not gonna keep on reading through this if it's not no news coming up. What's BIXT? Also a galactic blocker that can pretty much do the same thing GALT drug does, but it's an easier to take oral drug versus GALT's intravenous drug. An interesting aside is the CEO of BITX was also the CEO of GALT over 15 years. That is interesting. It's not hard to guess that his new drug is way better and finished this phase two. They're not saying nothing about these things. This ain't even no official news. I just wasted my time reading this. But continuing on now. IFUS. So we got IFU. Okay, so we seen IFUS make some major massive moves not too long ago in the past. They couldn't hold up from there. People got tired of holding and start to sell this back off. I'll point it out to you now because it's hitting the key level. This level right here, exactly where it was at when it started to had that last big breakout towards 15 cents. They're starting to, as you can see, bite it up again now in the most recent days. Bullish divergence coming in. Now, if you look at it daily, though, again, I'll show you on a daily so you understand. Bullish divergence hasn't just come in just yet. It's about to. If the market's coming for more bullishness, and we get to watch IFUS take off. IFUS most renowned for working on the SGP plus formula, which is like it's the new cow formula that's making them have to make the best cow meat and the best manure and all that stuff like that. It's supposed to be saving them all kinds of money, and on top of all of that, the SGP plus is supposed to be helping fix the ozone layers with the methane gases and a whole bunch of science stuff that we don't know nothing about that we have to do deep dives in. I don't really enjoy making the IFUS videos too much more because IFUS doesn't have the type of volume type people that are looking for this to really help the channel continue to uptrend. If you guys understand that. So I come in for IFUS updates time and time, for Coach Professor, but for real, I'm really supposed to be doing what's best for the channel. Y'all know that, so we're not gonna dive in too deep into IFUS like that anymore. But well, I'll keep this updated for him. And if you guys want more updates, just let me know. If people like the video, it shows me that people like that video, and it lets me know that maybe I should be coming up with more updates for those specific stocks or something like that. And you already know you can request in the comments. But right now, IFUS it's gonna move slow because it doesn't really have the volume like that. And my favorite on this list is FCEL. Okay, so I am going for the FCEL. as well. On the FCEL, it is facing some big resistance right here around this $10 range. It really needs to break past. It already tried to break past that and then did big resistance around 12. But if it can get past all of this, the sky's the limits on FCEL. Look at this on your monthly chart. Watch this. Like this is about to begin. No, it's not beginning yet. Like, but we see right going from that little 5 to 12. Don't get me wrong, that was a decent move. Don't get me wrong, but that's this is just the beginning. It hasn't even really started yet. Imagine this thing taking off. We watching this thing. I've been at hundreds of dollars. In fact, last time this thing was at exactly these lows, it had a massive explosion. Up to I don't know if this thing done did some reverse splits in the past to make them look like this. That's say $800 up there for the lows of literally just $10. Big whales and insiders are going to be going in for FCEL. For those of you who don't know what this one is, and they got options too, so y'all know that this one it's going to be easier, way easier. But they are engaged in delivering environmentally responsible distributed base load energy platform solutions through its fuel cell technology. The company is a global manufacturer of stationary fuel cell and electrolysis platforms that decarbonize power and produce hydrogen. Its commercial technology produces electricity, heat, hydrogen, and water while we're separating carbon for utilization and other sequestrations. Okay, we'll open up Fuel Cell Energy website and welcome anybody joining in on the Bankability Classroom. Currently doing a video on currently making a video, Coach Professor's video. I've been neglecting his stocks. So we talking about his BIXT. We were talking about his FCEL. He's been talking about the GALT. And Coach Tab, how you doing this morning, man?
Good morning, Billy. I'm doing great, man. How you doing, brother?
Man, another day, man. You see bright and early, up and at it. Here's to another 12 hours of straight videos and lessons. And guys, if y'all want to join me and Coach Tab and whatnot, and the rest of the members in Banquet Billy, we ain't here doing this. We say 24/7 live nonstop. We don't say this stuff for nothing. Y'all have never, if y'all new to the channel, just found us last week or whatever, y'all have never seen me not once lead a 24/7 live classroom because I'm here for y'all. Coach Tev is here for y'all. Coach Tev also puts out his videos along in his channels and his section, letting them know, what the next hottest thing to be getting is, and you don't want to miss out on this. You got any updates real quick, Coach Steph? What you looking at? Any new stocks? Well, let's go ahead and get right back into it. So, FCEL, okay? We'll be looking at this for a long term. I am going for FCEL. And so we're going to be watching FCEL continue to get loaded up by longer term investors. It's not going to be the instant, the weekly swing or the overnight move. Y'all know who we love those. This is going to be a multi-month bull run. This is probably going to be a lifetime bull run. This has extreme total assets outdoing liabilities. And we're just looking for them to continue to come out with more good catalysts to make people want to rally in the industry that's going to
So,
continue to come more bullish, and that's renewable energy. One other stock that I can point out to you guys that would be a perfect combo play for FCEL would be the PLUG, another renewable energy down there. But we'll talk more about plug power in a later one. They getting ready to make a massive gigafactory, they say, looking just like FCEL, right? Ooh, the perfect combo play. And I'm Billy Banks. I'll see you guys in the next one there. Happy trading.